Over 10 million people are under a severe weather threat for your Sunday, and the same storm system dumped 6 to 10 inches of snow on Vermont and Maine at the exact same time. Same storm, two completely opposite outcomes. Your Sunday storm is packing 1,800 joules per kilogram of instability, plus 50 knots of wind shear, both at once. And that combination is something your Ohio Valley flat out does not see very often in March. Tonight, your northern sky could light up. A G3 geomagnetic storm is hitting Earth's magnetosphere right now. And if you've got clear skies in the northern half of your country, step outside after dark and look north. Whether you're in Sunday's storm zone, watching today's sneaky hail threat in the southeast, dealing with your second Kona low emergency in Hawaii this month, or just enjoying the warmth, your country's weather map right now is something else. Roadmap for today. Your Saturday southeast hail threat, Sunday's main storm event for 10 million people, your New England snow and ice, tonight's aurora window, and what's building for your late March and April pattern. Stick with me. Around the 5-minute mark, I'll walk you through how Sunday storm starts as discrete supercells at noon and morphs into an organized storm line by evening, because those two phases bring you very different threats. Stay to the end for your Thursday severe weather window. By late next week, your second major storm system could be firing across Texas and your Ohio Valley. And right now, your models are starting to agree on that setup. Let me be straight with you about Sunday. Level 2 slight risk. Not an outbreak, but 1,800 joules plus 50 knots of wind shear simultaneously in March is gnarly. And that combo has my full attention for your area. Honest read on Sunday. Everybody in your risk zone gets a thunderstorm. Your hail threat runs higher than your tornado threat. But get ready for a fast-moving, damaging storm line pushing through your Ohio Valley by evening. Before we get into it, drop your city and tell me, are you in Sunday's storm zone? Watching the southeast hail threat today? Dealing with heat out west? Or hoping to catch the aurora tonight? All right, Sunday, March 22nd, and no joke, your weather map right now is one of the more complex single-day forecasts this entire stretch has thrown at your country, with multiple storylines running simultaneously. Let's start with today, because a sneaky severe weather threat caught a lot of people off guard. 48 hours ago, this wasn't even on your radar, and your weather apps may still not be reflecting it for your area. Right now, a marginal risk covers eastern Tennessee, the Piedmont of the Carolinas, and northeastern Georgia. And while it looks small on paper, don't let that low-risk category lull you into ignoring it. What makes today's storms tricky for your area? Cold air aloft is creating favorable lapse rates for hail production, which means these cells can produce hail even without the surface moisture you'd expect from a summer setup. If you're in Knoxville, Johnson City, or anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, storms could fire between 2 and 7 p.m. and produce hail that will flat out catch you by surprise if you're not keeping an eye on your radar. Worth noting for your Saturday forecast, this threat wasn't even on your model guidance 48 hours ago. It's driven by a fast-moving shortwave that sneaked into your pattern and caught a lot of forecasters a bit flat-footed. Down in your North Carolina Piedmont, Hendersonville, Asheville, Hickory, Statesville, all watching Saturday afternoon. And even your Fayetteville and Greensboro communities could see a strong embedded cell by late evening. Want to know the visual cue for today's hailstorms? That blue to white cloud contrast above a cell means cold air aloft is present. And when you see that in your sky today, hail is almost certainly being made above your head. Down in the Carolinas, your Rock Hill, Charlotte, and Piedmont corridors, the area I'm most focused on for Saturday. These cells look beautiful from outside, which is exactly what makes them easy to underestimate today. By around 10 to 11 p.m., your Saturday storms largely push off into the eastern Carolinas and offshore. So your Saturday night clears out pretty nicely after that. And Sunday morning starts dry for most of your region. Give yourself the heads up before your Saturday afternoon outdoor plans. This is not an all-day threat, but your 2 to 9 p.m. window is genuine for the Tennessee Valley, Piedmont, and northern Georgia communities. Southeast folks, eastern Tennessee, the Carolinas, northeast Georgia, what's your sky looking like right now? And are you watching your radar this afternoon? Drop your city below. Now your Sunday setup. And this is the one that has forecasters most focused this weekend. covering over 10 million people, including Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and Columbus, in a slight risk zone. Sunday's storm starts differently than your typical severe weather event. Discrete supercells could fire as early as noon, especially over your Maryland and Delaware area, which is an unusually early start time for your region. At 1,800 joules of instability on Sunday, your atmosphere is doing something it rarely pulls off in March, creating genuinely summer-like conditions for your Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic corridor, all because of that unusual wind shear setup. Picture your Sunday in Columbus. Clear morning, temps climbing toward the 60s. Then by early afternoon, storms start firing north and west. Supercells that could drop golf ball hail before congealing into your organized storm line. Same storm, Ohio gets severe weather, Vermont gets 10 inches of snow. Sunday afternoon. Sunday timeline for your area. Supercells initiate at lunchtime with your hail threat, then congeal through your afternoon. And that's when your threat shifts from hail to damaging straight-line winds for your corridor. Damaging straight-line winds are why everybody in your risk zone is going to feel this. Your organized storm line pushes east-northeast through your evening, and your power outage risk from wind tops your tornado risk for most areas. Your tornado risk Sunday is low but not zero. Forecasters are watching for an isolated spin-up, especially in southern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and along your boundary in northern West Virginia and western Maryland. City-level Sunday focus. Columbus is your highest probability for organized severe weather. Dayton sits right in your primary threat zone, and Cincinnati and Louisville are on the southern edge of your main risk area. For your Pittsburgh and southwestern Pennsylvania area on Sunday, you're right on the northern edge of the slight risk, and your supercell phase early in the afternoon could actually be your most significant severe weather window. Come Sunday, if your plans have you outdoors in the Evansville to Columbus corridor, keep your weather app charged. Know your safe spot, because that system can move fast and your warning time on hail is limited. Straight up, your biggest Monday morning headache after Sunday storms will be power outages, particularly in your Ohio, West Virginia, and southwestern Pennsylvania corridor, where your storm line hits with the most organized wind threat. By Monday morning, your storm system will be pushing through your mid-Atlantic and coastal New England. D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia get an active Monday morning, and then conditions improve steadily through your Monday afternoon. Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. What are your Sunday plans? And are you ready for this one? Drop your city and tell me if you've already checked your radar for tomorrow. Meanwhile, the northern half of your exact same Sunday system delivers something completely different. 6 to 10 inches of fresh snow for your Adirondacks, Green Mountains, and White Mountains by Monday afternoon. Northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine are in the bullseye for heavy, wet snow Sunday night into Monday. If you commute through your mountain passes Monday morning, pack your winter kit because your roads will be treacherous. Augusta and Auburn, Maine could see around 5 inches. Your Plattsburgh area is looking at 6 to 7. And yes, this is the identical storm producing severe weather in Ohio at the exact same time Sunday afternoon. Albany is looking at a coating to a couple of inches. Your snow stays light south of the Adirondacks, but your upstate New York communities north of the Thruway need to plan for slippery Monday morning roads. Boston and New York City get a cold rain from this system, not snow. Your rain-snow line stays well north of your I-95 corridor, but your areas north of Burlington, Vermont are going to wake up Monday to some gnarly conditions. Come your Monday morning commute in northern New England. Your Adirondacks, your Green Mountains, your White Mountains are all going to be dealing with heavy, wet snow still falling. Your spring equinox lasted exactly 1 day up here. Hang with me here. Your aurora window tonight is genuinely one of the more exciting things happening this weekend. And then your Thursday window is the one that could be bigger than what you're seeing Sunday. All right, real talk. Something wild is happening for your Saturday night sky. A G3 geomagnetic storm triggered by a solar ejection on March 18th is hitting Earth's upper atmosphere right now. At G3 strength, your northern lights get pushed much farther south than normal if you're in the northern half of the United States tonight. With clear skies, head outside between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. and look north. For context on what G3 actually means for your viewing, G1 is a minor storm that you need to be in northern Minnesota or Maine to see. G3 means your aurora can reach as far south as Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Iowa tonight. Best states for your aurora viewing tonight: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, upstate New York, Vermont, Maine, and your northern New England communities. These are your money states if your skies cooperate. Picture this for your Saturday night in Minneapolis. You walk out to your driveway at 11 p.m. Skies dead clear, no moon, and your northern horizon just starts going green and dancing. That is a genuine possibility tonight. No joke. Your phone camera on night mode will actually capture aurora colors better than your naked eye. So if your sky looks faintly lit up to the north, take the shot before you decide it's nothing worth seeing. If you catch your aurora tonight, drop a city and a photo in the comments, because we've had a full week of gnarly weather, and a light show tonight would be a straight-up welcome twist to your weekend. Aurora chasers in the northern half of your country, what are your skies looking like right now, and are you heading out tonight? Drop your location and let us know what you're seeing out there. One more emergency that needs your attention. Hawaii is dealing with a second Kona low in a single month. Maui and Honolulu are both under active flash flood watches as that system keeps pumping heavy rain into your islands. A second Kona low in 1 month is flat out unusual for your Hawaiian island chain. Your soil and infrastructure are already saturated from the first event, so your flooding risk today is actually higher than during that first storm. Now your bigger picture outlook. Thursday next week is already on your radar as a second major storm window, with Gulf moisture pulling north and another trough setting up for your Ohio Valley and Midwest corridor. GFS versus Euro on Thursday. Your GFS keeps the trough too far north for an organized event, but your European model shows a slower, more organized system. Large hail, tornadoes, damaging winds, all possible for your region. Somewhere between those two model solutions is probably your Thursday reality. And your forecasters are saying this one could be more organized than Sunday, which makes late next week worth circling on your calendar. Looking beyond Thursday into early April, both models are now showing a meaningful pattern flip. Your western trough deepens, your eastern ridge collapses, and your southerly Gulf flow returns with a vengeance for your corridor. That April flow switch is what your meteorologists are watching most closely for your severe weather season, because when your Gulf moisture and your jet stream align like that over your plains and Midwest, your outbreak season officially begins. Straight up, if you live anywhere from Texas to Ohio to the Appalachians, your April setup has the structural fingerprints of a more active severe weather month than March. And your models have been consistent on this for 2 weeks now. So here's your practical bottom line for the week. Today, your Southeast stays alert. Sunday's your biggest day for 10 million people. Your weekend ends with aurora and northeast snow, and then Thursday and April bring the next rounds. Honest question for your area. Sunday storm, tonight's potential aurora, or Thursday's second window. What part of this forecast has your attention most right now? Drop your take below. Quick heat check for your country. Phoenix, 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Palm Springs, 112 degrees Fahrenheit. Las Vegas, 101 degrees Fahrenheit, under extreme heat warning through tonight. Tucson, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Mesa, Chandler, and Gilbert all running 105 to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. 150 to 200 temperature records fall today and tomorrow combined, some shattered by 10 to 15 degrees above the previous daily mark, which tells you flat out how far outside normal your heat dome is running right now. What makes your southwest heat dome extra dangerous this stretch? Your overnight low temperatures are staying in the low to mid 80s for some desert communities. Your body gets no relief overnight, and that's when heat stress becomes life-threatening. Salt Lake City at 79 degrees Fahrenheit, setting a March record. San Francisco at 84 degrees Fahrenheit, breaking its coastal record. Omaha at 80 degrees Fahrenheit with wildfire smoke nearby. Your country outside the storm zone is baking in a way that defies the calendar. To put your heat in perspective, Phoenix has now broken or tied its March temperature record on 3 consecutive days. The previous record for any single March day in Phoenix was set in 1988, and your current stretch is obliterating it. Your ongoing fire danger in Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska remains serious today. Red flag warnings are active in your High Plains corridor, and with your vegetation parched from weeks of no significant rain, any spark is a threat for your area. Up north right now, Marquette, Michigan at 26 degrees Fahrenheit, still buried in historic blizzard snow with rural roads paralyzed. Minneapolis at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago at 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Your northern tier is still locked in deep freeze, while your plains run summer temperatures. Midwest today, Kansas City at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. St. Louis at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Indianapolis at 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Cincinnati at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Your pattern today is a study in extremes even within your own region, and your Sunday front brings your northern cities down sharply. Southeast doing genuinely well today. Charlotte at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Nashville at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Atlanta at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Raleigh at 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Your area has the most pleasant weather in the country right now, and today is a beautiful day before Sunday's action. Northeast today, New York City at 58 degrees Fahrenheit, Boston at 45 degrees Fahrenheit, Philadelphia at 56 degrees Fahrenheit, Washington, D.C. at 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Your blustery conditions from yesterday are easing today, and your warm-up arrives by midweek after Sunday's front clears your area. Pacific Northwest still active. Seattle at 51 degrees Fahrenheit with lingering showers. Portland at 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Your Tuesday storm brings heavy snow to your Cascades, including Stevens and Snoqualmie Pass, so plan your mountain driving accordingly this week. Over in your plains, Dallas at 84 degrees Fahrenheit, Houston at 82 degrees Fahrenheit, Oklahoma City at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, San Antonio at 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your warm Gulf moisture is exactly what fuels your Thursday severe weather window for your corridor. Quick practical list before I wrap. What you need to do this weekend depends entirely on your zip code, and I want to make this specific. Eastern Tennessee, Carolinas, Northeast Georgia, your health threat is live between 2 and 7 p.m. today. Keep your radar app open and don't let that small risk area fool you into skipping your prep. Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky. Use your Saturday calm to secure loose outdoor items, charge your devices, know your shelter location, and have your weather alert set before Sunday afternoon. Desert Southwest and California, extreme heat warnings are active through your weekend. Drink water before you feel thirsty. Check on your elderly neighbors and keep your pets inside during peak heat hours. Hawaii, stay out of your flooded low-lying areas, avoid roads near recent landslide zones, and monitor your local civil defense alerts, given this is your second Kona low on already saturated ground in your area. Last call. City, current conditions, and what your weekend looks like. Watching Sunday storm radar in Ohio, hunting aurora tonight in Minnesota, shoveling in Marquette, or just having a solid spring Saturday somewhere nice, where I'm locked in for your week ahead. Sunday's hail to storm line transition timing is my first priority, because when that organized line forms is everything for your specific area's warning window tomorrow. And your Thursday window is something I'll be building toward all week, because when your GFS and Euro models converge on that solution, your late week severe weather threat for your corridor could escalate quickly. Hit subscribe and flip on the bell, because your Sunday update drops early tomorrow morning with your short range model breakdown, and you want that in your feed before your storms start firing at noon tomorrow. Stay safe out there this weekend. Keep your eyes to your northern sky tonight if you've got clear skies in your area, and I'll see you first thing Sunday morning. Your spring is not messing around.